What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. Today was the final trendy dev stream prior to the big Protean Shift update hitting next week, and we've got lots of new and exciting details to share with everyone. Now, this is a very condensed version of what we learned today, and I do encourage everyone, if you have an extra 90 minutes to spend, head on over and watch the entire dev stream. It was an hour and a half long. It is a little lengthy for a lot of folks. However, if you do have the time, it would definitely be in your best interest to watch the full replay live. Now, moving right along, of course we know that game modes are changing, and particularly at the new user experience level. So you're going to be able to complete the campaign, and then there's going to be an adventure mode, which is going to be a smaller version of the campaign, which will also add in some of the mechanics that we know and love from the incursions. Now, after adventure mode, then you can go ahead and move right on into onslaught or expeditions, and then finally taking on the incursions and mastery mode. Now, you can make the jump if you choose to go right from campaign directly into expeditions or onslaught. However, keep in mind you will be about level to 30 to 35 when you complete the campaign, and going into adventure mode would give you the opportunity to get leveled up the rest of the way to level 50 and make the transition into expeditions or onslaught much easier. Now, one of the big and exciting things added in this big expansion is mods or passives on items. So items are going to be dropping with mods or special passives for that particular defense or hero's ability. These mods will be able to be tinkered, meaning that you can move a mod from one item to another. Now, you won't be able to move a mod from, say, a pair of boots to a pair of gloves, but you will be able to move a mod from boots to boots, or relics to relics, or whatever the case is. Now, in addition to this, the mods their power level will be based off of the tier you're in. With that in mind, you cannot move, say, a Chaos 7 mod onto a Chaos 1 piece of gear. The target gear that you're moving the mod onto must be at the same level or higher than where the mod originated from, or where the piece of gear is that you're pulling the mod from. Now, we're all familiar with the upgrade system of our gear, and the basics of the upgrade system will remain the same. However, there is also now going to be advancement and evolution. To advance a piece of gear, you will be upgrading the rarity, meaning you can take a piece of gear from green to blue, blue to purple, and purple to legendary if you have the proper crafting materials. In addition to this, you'll also be able to evolve your gear, meaning if you've got something you really like in Chaos 1, you can evolve this through the tiers all the way up to Chaos 7 as you climb through, assuming you have the proper crafting materials required to get this done. Now, with that in mind, Trendy promised it would be very apparent where we get the crafting materials from, and as you see, there is icons for the crafting materials right from the war table, so you know if you do any particular map exactly what crafting materials you're going to be getting from that map. This will make it much easier to farm up, and it will take the RNG out of the mix, as we're going to know if we want to upgrade our boots, we're going to have to do a forest map. That's just an example. Now, shard gilding is also coming, and the biggest question with shard gilding is how many shards is it going to take? Trendy clarified that for us today, and we now know that it's going to take 10 shards to gild into one better superior shard. Now, remember, gilded shards are not going to be better than hyper shards. They will be in between a regular shard and a hyper shard. Now, for this example, you're going to need your one shard, let's say Deadly Strikes, and you're going to need 10 more Deadly Strike shards, so 11 shards in total to gild into one superior Deadly Strike shard. There will be lots of playing around with this. You will be able to gild any of the shards, and of course we don't know exactly the power level that will be gained. However, for the direct example, which is the Deadly Strikes and Vicious Strikes hyper shards, Deadly Strikes will not be upgraded to the point of Vicious Strikes. So Vicious Strikes will always be better in that situation. Now, we also know that shard dusting is going to be a thing, meaning that you can take shards that you don't want or don't need, and you will be able to disenchant these into shard dust. This shard dust will then become essentially a currency that you can use to buy another shard pack. Now, these shard packs will contain one shard. It'll basically give you a reroll chance at another shard from that tier. So if you disenchant, for example, Chaos 1 shards, you're going to get Chaos 1 shard dust, which would allow you to buy a Chaos 1 shard pack. That will give you another chance at going for that Chaos 1 shard that you're looking for. Item shops is also coming to the game, and we learned quite a bit about item shops today. It's not a direct trading system. It is similar to the player shops that were from Dungeon Defenders 1. And they're actually organized quite nicely. There are maps that you can load into to make your shop available. So if you're, say, looking for relics, you can load into the relic marketplace. And although the people that are making the shops are not directly restricted to using only relics in that shop, it's going to give everyone a basic way to organize. If you've got a lot of inventory to sell, say you've got a bunch of armor to get rid of, then load into the armor market, get your armor pieces sold. And one thing to remember is these shops will go with you. So when you leave that market, that shop will come along and it will be attached to you. So if you load into a map with friends, for example, that shop will be available for the friends that are in the map with you. Now, this is awesome because it gets us to the next point, and we will be able to select our own prices. So it does give you a basic starting price. It's the amount that you would get for selling the item. If you just want to get the stuff out, or if you want to hook up one of your friends, or whatever the case may be, you can set it to sell at the minimum price. However, you can go all the way up to $99,999,999 for a max item. Now, it's going to be strongly discouraged for people just to blanket shops and gouge people, as items that are sold, the seller is going to be paying a tax. So if someone sells something for $99 million, they are going to have to pay a large chunk just to get that item back. The only other option they would have is destroy it. So if you set up a market with prices too high, you're going to have to either pay a tax to get that item back or destroy the item in order to add something different to your shops. Now, I'm not sure how many slots are going to be available in the shops. We do know that you're going to start with 2, so you'll be able to sell a minimum of 2 items at a time, and those slots will be free and available just from your market. Now, with gem cost, you can upgrade this and open up additional slots to sell additional items. Once again, I'm really excited about the player markets. It's going to give an opportunity, not necessarily to directly trade, but if you've got friends that you want to give a better set of gear to, it's going to give them a chance to buy it at a low cost, as you can even do this shop just in your private tavern. So, say you and I work out a deal, and I'm willing to give you one of my Chaos 7 relics, or you're willing to give me one of your Chaos 7 relics. We can load into a private tavern and do that at our own rates, just going with minimum or maximum values or whatever has been predetermined. Now, this brings along to one of the most exciting additions into the game, and that is we are now going to straight up have the ability to upgrade items to Chaos 8 quality, meaning the old Chaos 7 stuff can be taken up to the next level and new levels of power. Now, this is going to allow you to really make some big pushes in Onslaught. The only way to achieve these items are going to be through the evolve process. So you're going to be able to evolve your item from Chaos 7 to Chaos 8, unlocking those additional Chaos 8 upgrade tiers. Now, to be able to do this, you're going to, of course, have to have the Chaos 8 reagents or materials, and they are going to start dropping at floor 80 in Onslaught mode. Now, they have a very rare chance to drop at floor 80, and every 5 floors you push up are going to increase the chance for Chaos 8 hotness to drop. So if you're at floor 80, you've got the minimum chance. If you go to 85, that chance gets increased, of course, up to 90, and 95, 100, and so on. So the further you push an onslaught is going to increase your chance of getting these Chaos 8 items. Now, for anyone that is interested in Ancient Power, remember that a Chaos 8 item is going to be getting reset if you use Ancient Power. So don't waste your Chaos 8 materials if you don't need to do it. It's ideal to set these items up into a Chaos 8 situation if you are ready to make a big final push in Onslaught. On that same note, anyone that does have accessibility to Chaos 8 items and is still going through Ancient Power processes and Ancient Power resets, you can save these items. However, if you are in the need for a little bit more gold, I've got a feeling these could be a very, very hot item on the marketplace and should sell for a fairly substantial amount. Of course, you're going to have to be willing to pay that tax directly over to Elandrium. So lots of awesomeness incoming into DD2, and for those that watch the dev stream, you see that there is just an awesome new Gun Witch costume. It was teased on Twitter yesterday, and we do know it is for the Gun Witch and just changes some of the animations for the Gun Witch to make them just amazingly awesome. Now, I'm sure I left some things out here. I'm very excited personally about the update, and please feel free to leave any questions you have down in the comments below, and I will make sure to do my best to get all your questions answered. Once again, if you do have another 90 minutes, it would be good if you head on over and watch the full replay of the dev stream. The link is down in the description. So thank you all once again for watching. Click that like button and please subscribe to the channel. I am so stoked for what's incoming to DD2. And for those that are curious, yes, this means that every guide, every tutorial, and everything on my channel will be getting redone under the new system. So thank you once again, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.